Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of the In Alignment podcast. And today I will be, again, once more, your host, Kani. And I have a very special guest on today's episode. And before I go ahead and introduce him to you, I would like to thank you all for your ongoing support and encourage you to connect with us if you haven't done so already on all our socials on YouTube, Instagram, IG, and help us grow and spread more of this positive content by liking our videos, sharing, subscribing, leaving some positive reviews. And if you could do that, that would be very much appreciated. So now to dive in today's podcast, I have with me Francisco Quintero. And today I'm going to be doing something a bit different. I'm going to introduce some of the things that he does and then allow him to also add in if he has something to add. So Francisco Quintero is a certified master teacher trained by renowned spiritual teacher and humanitarian Master Zhi Gang Sha, whom if you by now might have already listened to one of the episodes where we talk about Tao healing. However, one of the reasons why I'm very excited to be joined by Francisco is because he is one of the top teachers at the Tao Academy. And as the lead teacher and trainer at the Tao Academy, he managed and developed worldwide training programs based on the teachings of Master Sha. Master Francisco's expertise and knowledge have assisted in the training more than 6,000 Tao Hian's practitioners, soul teachers, and healers, and soul communicators worldwide. He has been featured on German television and BBC radio, as well as in numerous European publications. He is also author of The Divine Joy, How to Experience Joy in Daily Life. Francisco teaches others how to overcome life challenges and create a joyful life in using simple yet powerful Tao secrets and practices. That is a very rich, short, but rich, what do you call it? CV, I guess, or resume that you have, Francisco. So welcome to the podcast and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Kani. And it's been a great honor. And it was so nice to get to meet you a few days ago. We just resonated so much. And
Yes.
It's been a great honor to spread the teachings of Dr. and Master Zhi Gang Sha worldwide. So I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. So let's start with maybe a little introduction to yourself. Who are you? How did you come into this practice? And what speaks to your heart?
Thank you. So as you were reading the bio, it said a lot about Europe, but I'm actually originally from California.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm originally from California and my parents are from Mexico, but I was born and raised in California. And when I was in my late 20s, I was teaching mathematics at a school, middle school, but I ended up getting high blood pressure in my late 20s. And my blood pressure was like 190 over 90.
Oh my God.
I would come home from work and my blood vessels were just like, I felt it in my body. They were just like bursting.
Jeez.
And at the same time, I was watching my mother, who also had high blood pressure. And she was on medication. And I saw that the doctors just, okay, this medication is not working. Let's give you another one. This one's not working. Let's give you another one. And they just kept increasing the power of this medication. And I saw her have a lot of side effects.
Deteriorate almost.
Yeah, it was very hard to watch. So in my late 20s, I'm like, I need to find a different way to heal. I don't want to go through this. So I went from mathematics to starting to read books about spirituality, about natural healing and things like that. So this was all very new to me. And I used to live in a very beautiful place, the Monterey Coast in California. And I was taking a bike ride and I stopped at a coffee shop and there was a flyer and it said Qigong for healing, Patricia Smith. And it had all the benefits of Qigong. So I said, well, this is very close to my house. Let me give it a try. Maybe this is for me.
How convenient.
Yes. So I tried it and it relaxed me, but it didn't heal my high blood pressure. But then she started to teach me about these like strange techniques of healing where I would put my hand in a certain body position and I was chanting. I was speaking out sounds that were vibrating my body. So this is all new to me, but I thought, well, kind of feels like it's working. So after a few months of doing that, I actually started to feel something shift in my body. I started to feel more energy. I started to feel my blood pressure dropped. So after 1 year of doing these practices, my blood pressure normalized.
Wow.
That's when I was like, well, who is Dr. Master Zhi Gang Sha? And it worked for me. Can it work for other people? So that sort of started to delve into a totally different realm of energy healing, spirituality, higher dimensional healing, whatever you want to call it, but something was happening inside my body. So I wanted to know more. How does this work? Does it really work? And does it work for others? Because that began my journey in California. And how I ended up in Europe is so I met Dr. Master Zhi Gang Sha late 2001. 2008, I became one of his certified teachers. Then he asked me to move to Europe. So I actually moved to Europe and I started to spread these teachings throughout Europe. Now I'm in Toronto, 2016, I moved to Toronto.
Wow.
And that's where sort of you and I began our journey in Canada, like got to connect in Canada.
Yeah.
But so I have traveled around the world, really throughout India, Europe, North America, Asia. And I have seen these practices work. And sometimes they're like, wow, did that just happen?
Yeah.
And so these practices work and they have become like, I would say these, I call them soul healing miracles. They happen all the time that I know there's something more out there that we need to understand deeper. That's in a nutshell, Canny.
It's so beautiful. You have like this way of talking that is so soothing at the same time. So I'm like trying to focus on the words as well. But it's as you talk, it really paints a picture of your journey. And it's like I can experience it in so many levels and more than just the words that you're saying, which is really, you mentioned these sounds that you were chanting. And I think sometimes, I know for myself on my personal journey, sometimes we kind of undermine the power of certain things, just like you said, like the power of sound. But we are surrounded by sound all the time, whether it's like, the background noise where we're in, the cars, the things like that. And I feel like we kind of create this reality that feels very unnatural to ourselves, and finding those sounds again. It's also like in the speech, in the words that we choose as well. And speaking of sound, this is something that I also wanted to share with my audience and the experience that you and I had. And when Francisco and I spoke for the first time was very recently, but the way that we actually met, I experienced connecting with the energy of Tao healing. And as I was connecting with the energy was speaking to me directly and giving me like other information. And there's something about reciprocity that I'm learning to honor a bit more now. And when I asked the energy, what can I do to thank you for, coming into my body and helping me heal? It said, oh, don't worry, we'll tell you. And in a meditation, I met Master Sha, and he came to me, and there was another person next to him, and he said, I'd like you to send a basket of fruits to this person. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay, no problem. And so I called my friend who introduced me to Tao Healing, and I said, hey, there's a man in Vancouver that I need to send a basket of fruits to say thank you for, the healing that occurred. And she said, there is no man in Vancouver. We don't have any master teacher, because I could see by your the color and the shape of your soul or of your vibration, it felt like you were someone who's like really advanced in these teachings. And so then she said, we don't have any master teacher males in Vancouver. And I said, no, I'm pretty sure there's a person in Vancouver, maybe in Canada. So we went on the website, and as we're scrolling, I see you, and I was like, that's him. I need to send a basket of fruit to this person. Isn't he in Vancouver? And you were in Toronto. So then I went ahead and contacted you. I gave you a little blip, of what happened.
And
Thinking,
I'm like,
wow,
who is this person? Why did you give me a basket of fruit?
the things that happen. And but it's one of those things that I've learned to not judge. When I have guidance, I just do it. And sometimes it can be something ridiculous as contact this person and send him a basket of fruit, but it's only because of something that might come, later, right? And so when we actually connected via phone or via Zoom, I was telling you about, my experiences and how I felt like I developed an understanding of my soul language. And through that, I don't speak it, but I can understand it in my visions, in my dreams, and even like in my reality. Sometimes I can see if I have like a box of cereal, it's not the cereals, it's like there's another thing behind it. And when you spoke to me in your soul language, I broke down and cried. And it was so interesting because, it's like you were making these sounds, like tangibly or physically, you were making the sounds that, my conscious mind did not compute. And it was like, what is he saying? But my heart was getting everything. And I was like, oh my God, yes, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. And the reason why I'm sharing this experience is because through my own journey, I've come to realize that we are more than what we think that we are. And with everything that is happening in the world right now, I really want to bring more of those messages and really remind people that they are more than what they are. They have more magic, and to really stress, or not stress, but put more importance in, developing a healing practice. So in your perspective, why would someone, let's say a mother, like we were talking, like a mother of 4, or a parent, or someone who's really busy and focused on making money to survive in this world, why would they put any importance in developing a spiritual practice? And why would they even come to Tao healing?
Great, thank you. When you do these practices, it empowers you to be able to clear the blockages in your life. So if you are a mother and maybe you have stress, learning these practices will help you to become a better mother, more relaxed, more loving, more patient, be more present for the baby. If you have a business and the money's not flowing, they will teach you how to clear those blockages to make you a better business person. Or, like physical marketing is limited. It has limitations. We're getting better and better with social media or wherever you're doing the marketing, but there's limitations. But when you learn Tao healing, when you bring out your soul language, you could connect to the soul of everything and everyone. And when you do that, you can also begin to clear the blockages in your business to be able to like connect to people on a different layer. It's kind of like the way you and I met. We didn't know each other, but right away, our souls connected. That is when you learn Tao healing, you're connecting heart to heart, soul to soul. The things start to open up for you. It's like helping to create a better person of who you are. Because in our heart and soul, we're all loving, compassionate, we're all flourishing. We all have that potential power within us, but it's been blocked by something. Maybe our mind, maybe we were hurt. So Tao healing helps to unblock those things so that we can flourish, so that we can feel better, so that we can be the, better professionals in whatever we do. So Tao healing is to uplift your like vibration so that you can be like your true self. And so that's what Tao healing. It's not just healing the physical body if you're sick. Yes, it does wonders for that. But it's about healing your soul and your heart and bringing that alignment so that you can really uplift every part of who you are. So those are some ways that it can benefit many different people.
I like that you mentioned like for businesses or to be like a better mother, because sometimes I feel like the word healing has had like different connotations. But as I mentioned it to you, for me, healing is really alignment to your soul language, or to your soul's purpose, whatever it is. And as a soul, because we all kind of are the same soul, in my experience anyways, we all speak the same language in a sense, right? And it's remembering that language. And when you remember it, or when you bring yourself more into alignment and you put more importance, it's almost like saying, I value being in alignment more than I value, chasing after money. But somewhere being more in alignment will unblock those challenges that you have in your life as well. And so what is one thing that you personally was challenged with outside of your health that Tao healing helped you overcome or gain a better perspective or a different perspective?
Great. So one of them is I heal myself using these techniques to heal myself. Some other things that have happened in my life, my own healing powers to help others has significantly increased. So I'm now empowered. So when someone is sick, has a chronic health issue or issue in their life, I'm empowered now to help them, to serve them. So all of that was uplifted in a very big and profound way. A lot of mind blockages were cleared about the concept of abundance and flourishing, where just like many people, I was limited in how much, for example, revenue I could bring in or how much money I could make. So I discovered, oh, I have so many blockages to clear. So as those things started to clear, I started to grow and develop. And I'm not just talking about financial abundance. It was talking about like, abundance in every part of life. So abundance started to, Tao is unlimited in abundance. Source, creator, it's very flexible, creative. So I started to have more of those kinds of experiences. Another one is my spiritual channels. I didn't really come, my spiritual channels just widely opened, where I could speak my soul language. I could translate what souls are saying. I could communicate with angels, Buddhas, saints, with Tao's source, and give people a message about how, and these messages were to help people to heal, to transform their life. So a lot of things changed in my life in learning Tao healing.
Did you, was it a smooth process to you? Was it like, oh yes, one thing after another and this, or was it, oh my God, what is happening here? And then you overcome it, and another challenge, another block, and then you overcome it. Like how is, because the way you talk, it feels like, yeah, it was like smooth sailing.
Yeah, it's not smooth.
Was it like that?
So, part of our journey, it's our growth and development. And yes, there were times where it was difficult for me. Very difficult, actually.
How so?
A lot of negative thoughts. That how do you control that? Or even anger that was just like anger, negative thoughts. And it's part of the journey of transformation. So I had to go through those phases of my journey of, I call it spiritual testing or purification. is that I'm purifying my soul, heart, mind, and body. And those moments were difficult, actually. So, spiritual development, it was not easy. But of course, in those times, I had my teacher right there supporting me, guiding me through those difficult times. But it's, think of just life. We all have ups and downs. So even when you're learning these techniques, you will have ups and downs as well. Everything is not, there are moments where everything is nice and smooth, but then
unicorns and rainbows everywhere.
Dr. and Master Zhi Gang Sha says, whenever success and disaster happen at the same time. So when you have the most difficult life challenge, you could actually have one of the biggest jumps in your development. So that's true. I experienced that myself. Challenging times usually means I'm purifying something very deep, that once it's transformed, the frequency, the vibration, my energy will be totally different once I come out of it. So
and then you look back and you're like, I was struggling with this? I can't believe it.
Later on, you can laugh about it, but in those moments, it's difficult. It's just like the healing journey. People who have chronic health conditions, sometimes it could get worse before it gets better. So you just have to pull through.
So what kept you going? How close were you to Master Sha to say, because I feel like sometimes, even if you're not healing, but even if you're just on the journey of doing whatever, achieving something, sometimes you want something and you have these obstacles and challenges, but I don't know if it's the lack of desire to pursue it, to continue it, or sometimes it feels like you don't have anything to hold on to help you, push through that. So what was it for you that in your mind, in your heart, or wherever you felt it, that you were like, no, I need to continue with this practices, or I need to further my, whatever it is, my research in this? Like, what was it for you?
Good. That's a very good question. Some of it, of course, is internal. You have the desire, but sometimes you do lose that. So what is important is community. I had a lot of people around me, not just my teacher, Dr. Master Zhi Gang Sha. I had other students, other teachers who offered their love, support. So it's community that when the community is there, it helps to nourish you, to hold you, to care for you, almost like a mother and a father.
Yes.
So I had that in Master Sha's organization. I had the personal support of my teacher. And I also had, it's hard to explain, but there was something in my heart that just would say, pull through, and even if it's hard, just keep going, no matter how hard or dark it got. It's just like something, there's like a force inside of you that just keeps going. And you know that even though it's difficult, that it's the right thing to do.
I often thank my father and my dad for that, because I feel like my struggle with him is like the essence of that is what keeps me going. Because one of my challenges with my dad when I was growing up was that I never liked the fact that I felt like he can say something and he knows better just because, he's older, he's been here for longer than I have. And so in my personal struggles, when something happens and I'm like, hold on a second, this is really annoying because I'm not the one who decided, I didn't consciously sign up to this, And then I'm like, okay, I need to work on this. And it's almost like, it's an egotistical thing, I would say, but it's an egotistical characteristic that works in my advantage, I find.
Very good. Your soul signed up for it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, all right, let's do it. So in your words, what is Tao healing, and what is the soul language?
Okay, let's start with Tao healing first. So we can, and for those of you who maybe don't want to use the word healing, We could also say Tao transformation. You're transforming an aspect of your life. So it can benefit for all aspects of life. So what is Tao healing? So let's just think of your body. Okay, your body is like a system. Many people believe you have a soul, but you may not know that your liver has a soul. Your heart has a soul. Your eyes, your brain, your toes. Every cell in the body has a soul. So in some sense, you are a system of souls. So when you are sick, the light that's radiating from those cells, the energy, is diminished. It's like, you know, when you're happy and healthy, you're just like are shining so much light. That's how the soul looks. It's a beautiful golden light being radiating in that part of the body. So when you're happy and healthy, all of that, or think of another word for soul as a message, information. When you are happy, the information in your body or the field of that part of the body is vibrant, it's radiating light and carries positive information. For example, sadness. When you are sad, you feel heavy. You just feel it in your lungs and you feel like down and it feels like a big weight. The field, the vibration, the message in the body has a low frequency vibration and the message is one of, I am sad. And you feel it. When you're happy, you feel the message, the field around the lungs, the heart is more vibrant, it's more radiating. So that's what we want in the body. So Tao healing, what we're doing is that we're connecting. Here, the word Tao is not religion. It means source, the source of energy, the source of life. So we connect with Tao source and we bring this positive vibration, positive information. Source has love, light, forgiveness, compassion, flourishing, harmony, and more. We bring in that vibration, we bring in that light into our body. So we're changing our vibration. We're bringing in the light that it starts to wash the blockages in our soul, heart, mind, and body. It starts to clean. Like, you know, like when you clean your house, it just feels so much better. But we're cleaning the body with light through Tao source frequency vibration. And then the energy starts to flow between the organs. It starts to flow between the cells. I always use the description of, you know, I was downtown Toronto last night. When you're sick, it's like being stuck in traffic. It's just clogged. You can't, the energy, the chi cannot flow. That's sickness. There is something stuck in the body. There's a negative message in the body that's causing the sickness. So when we clear the traffic jam, it starts to flow. You suddenly feel better. You're like, oh yes, it's clear now.
I remember Toronto's traffic. It's not pretty.
So that's how the body, Tao healing washes those blockages so that our body can start to heal. It can start to transform. The energy starts to flow. And all those negative messages are transformed to positive messages. It's not just for health, Tao healing for relationships. Okay, when you don't like someone, there is a negative field between you and that person. And you know how sometimes you've met people and you don't even know them, but you already don't like them? And it's the negative message that the soul is carrying, and it could be past lives. And you have to change those messages, and you change it by connecting to Tao source, love, light, washing those blockages to transform the field into harmony, to love, peace, harmony inside the body, between relationships, or take finances, for example. I have many clients who feel stuck. They're successful, but they feel stuck. They can't take their business to that next level. They can't reach out to a wider audience. So somewhere there is a mind. The mind has blocked them. They have negative mindsets, beliefs that are blocking their abundance. So we work on clearing that through Tao healing to transform those mind blockages so that the thoughts and their connections to wider groups of people start to open up. So it's really for all aspects of life. So Tao healing is to heal the soul in one sentence. Because the soul is what carries that negative message that we need to transform to be able to enhance every part of our life. That would be in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
Yeah, and soul language is an aspect of Tao healing. So language is like a tool of Tao healing. So Tao healing could have a lot of different things. It could be chanting sacred mantras. It can be using a field, a positive field, which I call the Tao calligraphy healing field.
Okay.
And so language is a type of mantra. It's a type of sound. Why does it work? So language is like it carries like your highest, most purest part of who you are, your soul, your heart. It has a high frequency vibration, and it allows you to transform blockages in your life. So language allows you to heal and transform blockages in your life. So wherever aspect of life you do, so language will help you to clear those blockages. It'll help you in business and relationships and much more. And it's also a communication tool because so language is part of your spiritual channels where you can learn how to translate the soul language to see what is your soul saying. You know, does it have a message? So it's a very powerful tool to be able to do that. So let me speak my soul language.
Yes,
just
please.
So everybody could hear that. Okay. Why doesn't everybody just close your eyes? Everybody listening, just close your eyes. I'm going to speak my soul language. And it's also a Tao healing blessing. Okay, so you can make a request. You know, please heal my back, my shoulders, my knees. Please heal, you know, any part of your body, emotional body. Pick something physical. And my soul's also going to say something to you as well as a healing. So close your eyes. Everybody's soul language is different. So this is my soul language, offering you a Tao healing blessing and also communicating with your soul. Haya maraisulakolama, haya no makaraya, taraisalaya yara korokorom, maya yararorum. Hayakarai korokorom, naraya yaya, ho yarakarai korokoko, haya sharakiki, hoyom marara shakalaiwa, haya yoro maya, hayo hoyo hoya, hayara makarakoko, haya yayo yo, hayara yaya yaya. Here is my soul song. La yo yo, la yamaya yo. Hey ya ya, namaya yo. Hey ya yo, ya. Hey ya yo, hey ya yo. Hey ya yo ya. Hey ya yo ya. Hey ya ya. Notice how you feel in your body. Take a nice deep breath into your lower abdomen. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So this time I went a little bit deeper. I did soul language with something called soul song, the language of the soul, the song from the soul. Okay. Let's have Canny share. How do you feel, Canny? I think you're in bliss.
I so am. You know, I don't know if I've shared this on one of the episodes before, but when I first started meditation, whenever I would get into a meditative state, my body would start just moving on its own, and it felt like it was like my body was guided by this energy that would come into me, and it would relax me where I needed to be relaxed, and it would do whatever it needed to do. And at first, it was very perplexing because, you know, me, my conscious mind, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm moving like a snake, and what am I doing? And but it felt really good, and so I came to allow this energy to move me whenever it needed to move me. And when I hear your soul language, you're like, and your soul song, well, with the soul language first, it felt like there was this energy that came into me, and it was scanning my body, and it's like, oh, okay, let's see, where do you need this, where do you need that, you know. I didn't have any specific point or any specific physical place that I asked for healing, but I just said, you know, go wherever you need to go, or because I might be unaware of certain places that need healing. And so it came and did the scanning, and as it's doing the scanning, I can almost see this energy filling itself in some of the places in my body, and it's like, okay, it's okay, let's get rid of this, or let's soften this, and going like from head to toes. And it just felt really nice. And then you started singing, and now it felt like there was this ocean of light that was happening in my stomach and in my lower abdomen, actually. And it felt like I could see some of the energy being taken out of my body because it's no longer necessary, and now it was like being filled with this new energy. So it's very relaxing. It's very relaxing. It's very comforting. It's just like, yeah, you can probably see it even from my eyes. I feel bliss. I feel like high on life. It's really nice. Thank you for that.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Great. Beautiful description.
And I'm pretty sure that my audience will also like it. And I'm so happy that you did that, and grateful that you did that, because it's something that I feel people can just go back to it and listen to it whenever. So
Yeah,
it
that would
will
be good.
forever.
Replay,
Yeah.
replay, replay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just cut it and just upload that part.
Yeah, very powerful.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And for those of you who are listening and who didn't necessarily feel anything, just know that it is doing something. And, you know, I fully encourage you to replay just that segment as much as you can, and just make notes of how you feel, or how, if you feel anything, if you start noticing maybe some changes in your lives, or if maybe before listening to it, you were stressing over something, and see if, you know, that thought may or may not be in your mind anymore.
That's a good point, because everybody has a different experience. I've had people even experience anger, and they thought like, I thought I was supposed to feel better.
Wow.
Because the it's coming to surface, the anger within. It's like a message. It's time to heal this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, or some people cry, or some people feel very good and blissful, and some people don't feel anything, but know that everything is you know, aligning and nourishing in your body.
I like that, because you know, like getting sick is something that I've never really, you know, I don't know, accepted in my life. Like for me, getting sick is getting better. It's something that comes to the surface, and you're aware of it, and then you just have to take care of it, just like any obstacles that we might face in our lives. And with healing, I think like sometimes people think it's going to be blissful, it's going to be nice, and you know, if you start feeling anger or sadness or irritation, then it means that it's not working. But most of the times, for me, I find that if it's coming to the surface, it is doing exactly what it's doing, because it might be an emotion or something that you've been trying to avoid, or trying to you know, to hush and to put somewhere and not address it. And so when it comes to the surface, within such a healing modality, it's like it's coming to the surface, but at the same time you can feel this loving energy that is supporting you and giving you that cushion to be like, hey, it's okay. You can feel angry, you can feel the irritation, it's fine, but just experience it and let it go. And that's all there is
Exactly.
to it, you know?
Exactly what it is. It's
Yeah.
all happening
Yeah.
for a
Exactly.
reason.
Exactly. Beautiful. Well, I don't
Oh,
know. Do you
Patty,
have
just
any last words? Yeah, I was
yeah,
gonna say.
a few more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, you were talking about like higher dimensions. So
Yes.
Tao healing, if you want to go further, is higher dimension healing.
Mm.
It's bringing the light. You know, Tao source has a much higher dimension. The saints, the Buddhas, the angels have a higher vibration, higher dimension than we do.
Mm.
So to heal, we bring in this higher dimension light into our bodies to wash away the blockages. And then when that happens, we are more in alignment in our soul, heart, mind, and body, which then our life is flourishing in many different ways. Just those final words there.
Oh no, I always ask people if they have something before I close it. So, but when you talk about high dimensions, could you define that in your words? Like, what are higher dimensions of existence?
Yeah, so in some sense, it's infinite because Tao is infinite.
Mm.
But you know, but just think of it like the higher dimensions carry a higher frequency and vibration, more fine. Most people think it's going to be like this big rush of feeling of energy. It's not like that. The higher vibrations are, or higher dimensions are so soft, gentle, and they penetrate deep into like the cells, into the tiny matter. So that is the finer frequency vibration. So that vibration's coming more from like Buddhas and saints have a higher vibration, have a higher dimension than humans, as an example. And then a divine Tao source have a higher vibration. But the frequency could just continue from there. But it's very beautiful.
Well, from my own experience, I can also concur to that. And for those of you who might be listening to it and, you know, who are more of a religious background, one, I would really encourage you to experience Tao healing because, as Francisco mentioned it, it's non-religious, it's source energy. And to me, when I hear those words, it means whatever you identify as, that's your source. You know, that might be how your psyche is designed to understand things, and that's maybe how you're going to experience Tao healing. But there's so many modalities out there for healing, for getting back into, you know, alignment with your soul. And whether you're religious or not, for me personally, I can say that I've experienced Tao healing hands or Tao healing energy. And it's really a beautiful energy. As if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my face, how relaxed I am right now. And but it feels like a very motherly energy. So if you're uncertain of certain things that you're doing in your life, maybe, or maybe you don't know, you're looking for something else, or you don't, whatever it is, just try it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And just know that you will be supported in every way, in more ways than you'll ever or might be able to experience it. But yeah, so anything else, Francisco?
Beautiful. Yeah, so that was very, very important because it's not religion. It's more like the tools that will help you to come back into alignment. So whatever your spiritual beliefs are, perfect. Use the tools to connect whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's very important. But really, I've seen so many people transform their lives and become like better versions of themselves. So I encourage everyone to try it. Very
Awesome.
beautiful.
So if people want to, what would be the first step for people to try, Tao healing?
Yeah, very good step. One of a very simple good step would be something we call the Tao calligraphy light massage.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't have to do anything. You just have to lie down and absorb the light, absorb the frequency vibration. And that is offered by Dr. and Master Zhi Gang Sha every week on Saturdays. Or I offer one as well here from Master Sha's Tao Center in Toronto. You could go to drsha.com, DRSHA.com, and learn more about the Tao calligraphy light massage. But that's a very good, simple first little step so that you can experience this work.
And is it anybody say, because I have some listeners who are actually in Africa, like is it available for people around the world, or do you actually
worldwide.
physically, so you don't physically need to be there?
Right. Yeah, remotely. You could do it all remotely.
Perfect. So I will include all the information of where you can, have your first step to Tao healing. And if you guys want to connect with us and tell us and share, your experiences with us, would be more than happy to hear from you. And Francisco, thank you so much again for your time
thank you.
For the blessings, for the healing, for this blissfulness.
It's been my honor. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So we'll see you and connect with you in another episode very soon. And thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, take care, guys.